Hey guys, it's Candy with KANDI'S Kreations, and today we're going to make this super beautiful different color combo of a fall wreath with this sign. I just love this sign. I got some picks to match it. This teal, pops of teal and orange combo just spoke to me, so that's what we're going to go with today. I'm going to put you guys down. We're going to start making this base, and then we will put you guys back up, and so you can see all the good stuffing. So let's get started. Let me put this down. And so I have all kind of goodies piled over here. This is a 24-inch evergreen base, and I am going to start just fluffing it out. And I just kind of take my hands and fluff it out like no rhyme or reason. I am going to leave this in a circular shape. This is a 24-inch base. I don't know if I said that or not, from Hobby Lobby. I got these, y'all. I get them when they go on sale. Last year they were $11.99. I feel sure they probably will go up this year, but you know what? It's just part of it. So let's just fluff this baby out. I have one 21-inch jute mesh, and we have a orange mesh that we are going to build this base with. I will end up ovaling this out once I get it stuffed as much as I want it to be the coverage I want. And keep on fluffing until you get them all. This is a double ring, so you see it's elevated. It has two rings. This is kind of a lower ring, and the one on the inside is a little bit higher. That's what elevated means when you search for 24-inch evergreen elevated. So that's what that means, is this is a double ring, and this inside ring is higher than the outside ring. So I'm going to start with my 21-inch mesh. So let's go ahead and get this sign in here, y'all. This is so cute. It says fall is my favorite. It matched these picks, and when I bought this, and this together, and then I'm gonna pull what I have left from my stash to use. But I love this because of it matching so well. All right, so let's get this sign on here. This already has holes on it. I'm going to, with the thought process, I want to, when I'm putting my signs in, I want to already know, okay, if I'm going to put my sign here, my bow is going to go here. I think my thought process for this one is just what I already had in my head. If you want to put it up high and put your bow here, 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 and work your picks around that like we're going to do, that's fine. But my thought process for what I want to do is I'm going to go a little bit lower here, maybe a little bit to this side also, and I'm gonna build my bow to put here, and I'm gonna put my picks to let it flow this way. Just get a vision of how you want your design to look before you get started, if that makes sense. I have this random braided wire over here. You can use any gauge. We're just gonna cut it and use it to, you don't have to use a braided one, like whatever you have. Like don't stress about that. And I just like to, I'm gonna go ahead and thread it through here, and I'm just gonna go through this mesh. We're just gonna poke it through the mesh where it's gonna attach to this mesh. I'm gonna pull it under so it's gonna hide the best. Do it tight as you can. And then we're gonna just tuck it. I'm gonna trim it and then I'm gonna tuck it. So and then we're gonna just tuck it under. And then we're gonna do this one. Right, I'm just gonna make sure it's gonna be straight. It's hard for me to design on the table too, so let's pray that when I get this up on the table, on my board, that it is straight. So I'm just gonna do the same with this. I just put it through this 10-inch mesh. We're gonna twist it close to the side. Twist it, twist it, twist it. We're gonna trim it. And I'm just going to trim it and tuck it. Just make sure it feels good and tight. So I'm going to get my board up, y'all, and then we will start adding the florals and the ribbons and all the final touches. See how this is kind of going to this way? We're going to already have a vision in my head of building the bow this way. So let's get started. All right, so we got this sign up. See how we positioned it a little bit, kind of where we know that we're going to put the big juicy bow, and we're going to put the florals trailing this way with the picks that I have. And so let's get started. I have an Amazon 4-inch. We have this matching one, came from the fellas, KANDI'S.com. This came from Kathy with Decorators Crafts. So I can use any pops of teal. It just was really pretty with it. So and then I had this. This one came from the fellas as well, KANDI'S.com. It's a shiny, shimmery orange, like really just elegant looking. I like that. And we're going to throw in another fancy D. Stevens. This is just, you could use any kind of gingham, any kind of check, any kind of stripe. I was just looking for a pattern. So, and the color and a pattern is what, this is my final, when picking these ribbons out, this was my final pick. So I said, okay, I had all these. This is what I had. And then I said, okay, I need to throw in another pattern of some sort. So this is what I ended up with. So I really like that. It's so cute. Okay, so let's start building this bow, y'all. I think how I'm going to do this also is I like to double up sometimes on my 4-inch and 2.5-inch to make it look like one ribbon. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to leave this tail long, and we're going to take this, and I'm just going to let it flow really long just like my other. So look, we're just going to pair this up like this. I'm just letting them flow. And I'm just going to make a bow just like I normally would, but we're going to layer this. So I'm going to go ahead and just layer these just a little bit offset. Let me see if I could do this with it being a one directional. Just make a loop like we're just making a regular bow. So this is going to be my tail. And I'm leaving it long because I want to waterfall it down here. So let me go up a little bit higher. So we're going to do this. Woo! I'm testing my own self today. Alright, so let's let this is going to be my long flowy tail. It's going to come down to waterfall. We just got a loop, about an 8-inch loop. And then I got to get myself some slack, okay? We're going to keep this with our fingers separated. And I am going to make this loop Give yourself some slack there. And see how we're just layering it right here. And I'm folding it up instead of twisting it. That's how I do my one directionals. So I'm gonna just fold this up. Let me go ahead and trim this. This is gonna be my top tail. So, let's see what we got. Straighten all your tails out, straighten your loops out. If you want to make it easier, you could go ahead and pre-cut, like layer this together on the table and just throw you a strip, a little bit of glue to glue them together. So that would make it a lot easier probably for you. A long zip tie. You can use extra long pipe cleaners as well if you want to. We're threading it through, grabbing these, and we're going to fish it through. I usually kind of go between the 2 rings of mesh. So I'm just going to attach this here. We're just going to pull it until it clicks a couple of times. You don't want to pull it too tight to make your bow pucker. So let's get it up here. All right, I'm going to trim these. We're going to dovetail them. I'm just going to fold them up. Whoa, trim, fold it, cut upwards. To the 4-inch, giving it a little haircut. I'm gonna waterfall this 4-inch before I dovetail it because I don't know how long I'm gonna cut it. So this is why I put my sign lower and to the left a little bit, because I knew that this would be really full over here. So I'm going to take this and we're going to just let it go right here into these ties. I'm opening this up, and like I say all the time, this is just how I do my tails and my ribbons. You find your way and do what works best for you, okay? It's just nothing is concrete. This is just all about taking the nuggets of what we teach you guys. Love this. It's all about, to me, it's just really important for me, for my ribbons to lay right and all that. So I'm gonna dab some glue behind this bow for a little bit of extra security. Just dabbing behind this 4-inch. This helps a little bit. Let's go ahead and combo up some of these. Let's see what looks good together. We're definitely going to combo these back up because they are actually together. So we'll do that, and so let's see. I think I'm going to go ahead with the glittery over there, and I love these together. How gorgeous is that? So let's stick with that plan. gorgeous are those? I love that. So I think how I always, when I work around my bow, I am going to leave one long. I got 3. I always buy in 3s. I am going to trim this a tiny bit. Get all your leafsies facing the right way. I'm going to layer this up under here. I'm just like literally parting the seeds with these mesh, finding a hole. I want to, let me see exactly where I want it to go. So I'm just going to find 2 ties right here somewhere, midway down. You can glue it if you want to, but I'm going to try to find 2 ties. So after I get this in here, I'm going to show you what I did. So I am literally right now, I found 2 ties, evergreen ties, and I am just tying this in with the spine. So right here, that is the spine, about right there, and that's what I did. So we got that in there, and I'm going to see, without cutting this one, what it looks like when I bend it, and I'll trim it a little bit, just like we did the trimming. We don't need all this. So we got this, I've bent it to the shape, and I'm going to just nestle this right back there, just to where it looks like it flows. Don't worry, we're going to fill this out too with the 3rd pick. That's what I like to do when I buy in 3s and I buy these super long picks. That's how I like to work them in my wreaths. Like I will do it like this a lot of the times, and then I will just layer them and then get that 3rd one and cut it up. All right, so this is the spine. Let me find some ties. All right, so we got that worked in there. All right, let's see how we're going to work in this 3rd pick. Gorgeous florals from Jennifer with Jam Designs. I'm in love with those. I also have these teal ones, and I think I couldn't decide which ones I want to use, so I think I'm going to mix a little bit of each in there. I think it'll be good to mix a little bit of each. So I'm going to take the biggest heads off of this. So I'm just going to go ahead and just cut 2 of these. 1, 2, and let's see what we're working with on this other bush. So I love these flirties on here, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut some of these. I'm just kind of comboing up some things from each bush to sprinkle out, but so I'm gonna cut, I got 2 of these cut off of this. This one came from the fellas as well. Let me save this tag for you guys. So I'm going to cut 3 of these off for now. go ahead and find out. I definitely need something to go here. See this big old part right here? I'm gonna trim this a little bit lower. We're gonna work this in here. I like to glob my, especially if it's going on the bottom, I like to make sure that it's all around my floral. So let's go right here. It definitely needs to hug this sign. And I am going to go straight to the top with this one. Alright, so I got that there, that there. I am going to go ahead and cut off these peonies, and I'm going to combo those up with these. So I'm going to just add some, just like we did the other one. I'm going to make it sister right here to this orange one. Like that. I'm going to cut up one more up off of these. Alright, let's just trim it a little bit. I'm just going to put this one up there with that. I do love those colors comboed together. We're going to go ahead and add these pieces around my bow. So I think I want to put one on the inside of my bow. I'm going to go ahead and dip this in some glue over here, and we're going to work this right here. This needs something right here. That's what made me bring my eye, because look at all this mesh right here. We got to start adding some stuff here. So let's take these other three, sprinkle those. I got that one there. We're going to go right here. I'm just kind of starting to now look for my holes. With the filler, that's what I do. I know some of you guys have trouble adding flowers and greenery. You just need to get your main ones in there. Like we got our main picks in here. Then I added the bigger flowers in here. And then now I'm looking for my holes of where it looks really meshy. It looks really meshy here. It looked really meshy here, and we're going to balance these out by going over here somewhere too. So let's, right here looks really meshy, but I'm going to just combo this up right here. There's a ribbon tied in right there too. A lot of the times I'm just really also looking for where my ribbons are tied into my mesh, if that makes sense. So I love the pops of teal and orange. I do want to see what I have. I love this fillers, y'all. Jennifer has these in different colors. These bushes in these different colors are amazing. Like you could get so much off of them. So I definitely want to add this. I'm in love with this. I love these leaves. So I think that's probably what really drew me to them, is like this filler on it. I was like, oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. All right, so I definitely want to incorporate that, but there's so much on this. Okay, so I definitely think I need to come maybe here, and we'll offset this here and here. I'm just dabbing this in my glue. We're gonna go right here on the outer, give it a little bit of something on the outer edge. And let's do this one up here. We go kind of right down below. I was thinking about going up here, but that would it already is so full right there. I'm gonna come down a little bit right here. You want to make sure like where your eye takes you to be, like have it evened out, you know? So I love that. Love those. I do have some leaves I want to see about adding. A little bit of extra leaves. These came from Jennifer as well. I think I'm going to throw a couple of these in there. Just going to do one. There's a random one. I just kind of, as I cut off something from a pick, I just look and see how I cut it off, and take a step back and look at where I could add this as one whole piece. So I already could see something needs to be here. So that's where I'm going with that. We're getting to the end, and now it's time to start balancing it out, making sure that it's balanced out even more. We have this other big piece. So since this is up here, I definitely probably need some to go down here. And this will also help elongate it some more. So we'll just open this and add that in there. This is still one really long piece. We got that here, we got that here. I'm thinking that I could add, let me do a dry run right here, somewhere behind this one maybe. It definitely needs to be more full on this side. So I'm going to keep this one together and work this side. Just kind of lift this up where this is waterfalled and find a spot to try to get in between those meshes. Love that. So now we just have one rando and this right here. So now I'm taking a step back and I'm looking to see, I definitely need something here. So we'll go in with this piece. Got glue strings everywhere. And we're going to open this right here. Open the mesh. Put it in there. You can do dry runs also if you want to. And this right here, I'm seeing a lot of mesh here. And I'm thinking that I could just add this little touch right there to cover that up. All right, we need to see what we're working with now. I have a little bit of filler. Y'all, this baby is stuffed so much. But it's gorgeous. I love that. So we still have all of this left for a whole nother project. So we're gonna add some pops of this. This is some from the at-home store. It is a pusher, but you can just look for any cream, smaller, daintier fillers. Just best. All right, let's put this. I wanted something lighter to pull out the lightness of the sign. So just be cautious when you cut them up. Just like I said, some have these, some have just this, so those look the same. Let's see how many we have. We have 3 with these on them. So looks like we have 3. So we're going to want to go ahead and proportion those out accordingly. There you go. I love this. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment on this or just reach out to me. So y'all have a good day. See you later.